It's been a rough motor sail trying to get to Puesta del Sol in Nicaragua. I mean, it was a real slog. It was crazy. Spent most of the day just trying to protect my health, you know, as I always do. With any luck, I'll still be able to get in tomorrow, but it's far from a sure thing. We'll have to see. Let me show you this.
My name is Rick. I got my sea legs when I was in the Coast Guard, and I commanded a boat much like this one. Today, I take my small sailboat on coastal passages in search of adventure. In this season, I'm heading south from Banderas Bay with the intention of returning to the Caribbean Sea via the Panama Canal. Living the pirate life. Yep, me and these pelicans. From this aerial perspective, Puesta del Sol, Nicaragua, is an invitation to immerse oneself in its natural beauty. Join me as I explore the hidden treasures of this coastal marina paradise in this episode of Sailing Frog's Leap. Oh, there she is, SV Frog's Leap, looking good. Well, this is the end tie here at Puesta del Sol, and I've never seen anyone moor here. The sandbar is so close, you have to use what narrow channel you have right here by the end tie to transit to the other side of these slips. Ooh, look at this. Whole bunch of these fish. A school of them leaping out of the water. They must be getting chased by something. Even these pangas use the channel that's right next to this end tie because there just isn't any water. At low tide, the sandbar is totally visible. The entire bay is surrounded by mangroves, and this little bridge goes over a short section of these mangroves. You wouldn't want to fall into those mangroves right here. Well, once you come off the marina docks and you walk all the way up to this paved road, you can see the little chateaus. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 units in each one of those buildings. But I'm going to walk down this road just a few feet and go into this little building here. This is an interesting building because when I arrived, Juanita, who is the hotel manager and the marina manager, she calls the port captain, immigration, and customs, and they come out to the grounds, and they come into this room and they sit behind these desks and complete the check-in process. And I imagine the checkout process will be done here too. They also have a nice little, it's small, but it's, it's nice to have a little cruiser's library at your disposal for sure. And then there's the pool. It's a nice little pool. I would say, at the deepest point is kind of right about here. And it's about 4 feet. And off to the left, it gets a little more shallow, more like 3 feet. So it's not like a deep, heavy swimming pool, but it's a real great way to cool off. And it's got a really good view of the marina. So, yeah, you keep track of your boat. Take a little dip, cool off. When you get out of the water, it's kind of nice too, because there's this pergola type thing over your head with a screen, kind of a mesh screen, and it kind of knocks down some of the direct rays of the sun, so you can kind of just relax under it. Juanita's office is in this building, but as you'll see, this is kind of a multi-purpose space. There's something about the construction style, right? Big, huge doors here, the huge, thick pillars, and it gives like this Caribbean Greek vibe to me. And then with the art, yeah. The door to the left there is Juanita's office. This great room kind of opens up to a TV in the corner and a couple of bathrooms. And then panning to the right, there's a huge dining room, but I've never seen it used, and I've talked to some of the cruisers who've been here longer than me, and they've never seen it used either. However, it's always on display, so I'm sure it is used from time to time, but I don't know that it's a cruiser thing. I think it's one of these venues that maybe would be rented out for weddings or something, receptions, something like that. The bartender, El Gato, runs a pretty tight bar here on this little balcony area, and I'll tell you, it's nice. I had a few of these Toña Nicaraguan beers, and they're pretty good, but really I like this space because the breeze comes through here and just cools you down. And right now it is really hot and really humid, so any kind of cooling, much appreciated. It's not a particularly deep bar. We're talking about a Coke machine reefer with, a selection of various soft drinks and a couple of different types of beers.
You can just tell as I walk around the grounds with the camera. I mean, it's really quiet here, which is in stark contrast to Bahia del Sol, which was a banger, an all-inclusive banger, especially on the weekends. Certainly on the weekends, it would quiet down during the week, but one might say it's dead. But I think saying that misses the point, right? The point of this place is its peacefulness. So, yeah, I think I think there's maybe 5 or 6 boats in. So, I'm walking around the grounds filming. A few people are on their boats. Probably a few people are checking out the local village on the main street. I haven't gone out there. I'm only going to be here a couple days, so this is just a stop to catch my breath. It was rough out there coming from Bahia del Sol to here, and it was very stressful for me. It was an early morning. You'll remember I got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and to catch that slack at 7, and had to check out with immigration and customs before that. And I think I didn't sleep well that night, so it felt like 2 nights, even though I'd only been underway for 1 night. So I've got a weather window coming up, and yeah, it should be a nice, easy either 1 night and 2 full days and show up in the evening, or it's going to be 2 full days and 2 full nights. My guess is the former, but we'll see. It just depends on the weather. If the weather allows me to make some good time, well, maybe sooner rather than later. And I'm looking forward to getting to Playa del Coco because, well, the plan is Karen's going to come visit, and of course my uncle lives there, and so yeah. And some other things are in the works, maybe will happen, and I'm looking forward to that, finding out what the rest of this trip this year looks like for me. And so this is a really nice, quiet stop for me to just kind of get my bearings, catch my breath. To be honest, getting through the Papagayo area, and I'm not through it yet, I'll leave here coming up, but once I'm through it, it's going to be a relief. It took, a while for me of studying the weather, studying the situation, making deliberate choices to plod my way through it. And it's not necessary for everyone to do that, but when you're in a 27-foot boat, it's necessary. Unless you want to be reckless, in which case, who knows how it ends up for you, But no, I've got a positive ending in mind, right? I mean, so there's no point in being reckless. So. Yeah, no, it feels good to catch my breath here, and so yeah. Well, I'm glad I got to show you the grounds here. I think I don't think there's much more to show. I mean, other than me taking a swim in the pool, and who wants to see that? So probably what I'll do is sign off for this episode, and with the next episode, well, get underway and head to Playa del Coco. That's going to be a big stop. I think it's going to be really exciting. See my wife, it's been a while, and to see my uncle Chuck, it's been an even longer while. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at. It's I really feel like this is an appropriate launching pad for me to hit the next part of my journey. So thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Frogs Leap. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next week.
For For real-time updates, check out Sailing Frogs Leap on Instagram.